Welcome to my class. Today, my dear students, I'll teach you transformation of sentence, and the topic is assertive to interrogative. And I'd like to teach you transformation of sentence that is assertive to interrogative and through the structures. And I'd like to tell you to look at the board, and you will see some keywords are given there. And so please look at the board, please, and see these keywords. In number one, I wrote here affirmative, and number two, negative, and then without auxiliary, and number four, no, nothing, never, nowhere, none, no one, nobody, none. Every, everyone, everybody, all. Or every, all, and all plus noun. Every oblique, all plus noun. So these are the keywords, and through these keywords I'll teach you how to transform these sentences from assertive to interrogative. So come on to one. There is affirmative. Look at this affirmative. Actually, I want to mean here that if the sentence is given in affirmative form and your interrogative sentence will be in negative interrogative, it will be negative. And if the sentence statement is given in affirmative form, it will be, if you want to transform it into interrogative, it will be negative interrogative. I mean, in interrogative sentence, it will be negative. Look at this. Something. If I give an example, that is. He is a good student. Look at this. This is an assertive sentence and it is in affirmative form. You know, I said if the sentence is in affirmative, it will be negative, or I can say negative interrogative. So how? You know, I would like to tell you one thing. How to make a sentence into, or how to change a sentence into interrogative. Look at this. You know, what is the characteristics of interrogative? That is, if you want to change it into interrogative, that is, we have to put this auxiliary verb in before the subject. Clear? The structure is auxiliary verb plus subject plus extension. Rest of the sentence. So, how to change it into interrogative? That is he. Is will be put before the subject. Here subject is he. Here the subject is he. So we have to put is before the subject he. So the sentence will be, is he a good student? Is he a good student? But here it becomes what? It is not still interrogative, because I said if the sentence is affirmative form, it will be negative interrogative. And that will be, if I change into like this, is he a good student, it will become a conversion of sentence. But we know we have to change sentence, or transform the sentence. And in transformation of sentence, we cannot change the meaning. So if we want to keep the meaning unchanged, we have to make it interrogative. That is negative interrogative. So how to change? Look at this. Then we have to write, isn't he a good student? Here, isn't he a good student? Look at this. Here I see he is a good student. This is affirmative form. And we change here, isn't he? Isn't. Because we have to make it negative also. Isn't he a good student? So is must be put before the subject and it will be negative. And better if you want to make it contraction form, short form. We can also write this like way, is he not a good student? That's also correct. But if we want to write it in contraction form like isn't, and that will be better answer. So for a better understanding, I wrote here, isn't he a good student? And you must put a sign of interrogation at the end of the sentence. You must put a sign of interrogation at the end of the sentence. So what is the main thing here? You see, if the sentence is in affirmative form, the interrogative sentence will be negative interrogative. And better if we write here in contraction form. Contraction means short form. Contraction means short form. So here, isn't she a good student? And at the end of the sentence, you must put what? Sign of interrogation. That's all about this. Number 2, here is given negative. The keyword is here negative. That I want to mean, if the sentence is in negative form, the interrogative sentence will be in affirmative interrogative. Clear? If the sentence is negative, the interrogative sentence will be affirmative interrogative. How? Look at this. If I write the same sentence in negative form like this, he is not a bad student. Or you can say not bad if I write here weak student. Because bad is different, bad is a negative word. I don't want to write it here. Weak student. What is this? Look at the sentence. Here the sentence is negative because what do you see here? What do we see here? We see here not. Because I said if we get no, not, never, nothing, neither, nor. If we get this sort of words in a sentence, then this sentence is negative form. So here I see a not. That is, this sentence is negative, right? So the rule is here, if the sentence is negative, the interrogative sentence will be affirmative interrogative. I mean not must be omitted. If you want to change it, it will be is will put before the subject. So sentence will be like this: is, he, and not must be omitted. A weak student. Is he a weak student? Is he a weak student? So what do we see here? The sentence is, if the sentence is negative form, the sentence, changing sentence, change sentence into interrogative, and that will be is he a good student? It will be affirmative, and the answer is he a good student? This is the thing I want to mean. Okay, so this is all about this. Then again, what do you see? I said if we get auxiliary verb, to be verb in the sentence, then we just put this auxiliary verb before the subject. But what will happen if we don't get any auxiliary verb in a sentence? How to change into interrogative? You know, in the last video, I told you if we only in two form of tense we don't get an auxiliary verb, that is present definite and past indefinite. In these two sentences you don't get any auxiliary verbs. What is it? In present indefinite tense and in the past indefinite tense. So, but if we don't get any auxiliary verb, what will happen? Look at this, number 3, without auxiliary. Especially if we don't put an auxiliary verb in a sentence, and if we want to make it negative, whether it's interrogative, we are to put do, does, did according to tense and person. So, if I write a sentence like this: he drank much water. This is a sentence assertive form, but here drank is here main verb and it's past form. But one thing that I want to talk about, that is we don't get any auxiliary here. So if we don't get any auxiliary in a sentence, then if we want to change it to interrogative, then what we have to take? Did, does, or do according to tense and person. As it is in the past form, that is drank, then we have to take did, because did is the past form of do or does. But if I write here, he drinks much water. He drinks much water. Then what? Then we have to take does or do according to tense or person. As it is third person singular, we have to take does. But here, as it is in the past form, then do or does doesn't matter. We have to take did. Because in past form, we have to take did. So how to change it into derivative? Like this. One thing is common. The first one I said about if the sentence is affirmative, it will be negative. So here this sentence also will turn into negative because it is affirmative form. Though it is past tense, but as well as it is also affirmative sentence. So what? Didn't he drink much water? Significant to the end of the sentence. So here I wrote here didn't because this is past tense. Drank as no auxiliary here, so we have to take did. We have to take what? Did. And as affirmative, we have to take not. We have to make it negative. So didn't is the contraction of did not. The contraction form of did not is didn't. So we wrote here didn't drink much milk. One thing is common, that is if you get or if you find in a sentence do, does, did as auxiliary verb, then the principal verb must be in present form. Clear? The principal verb must be in present form. So here I wrote here didn't he drink much milk. You can give more examples like this. He did not or he does not play cricket. Then you can say, does he play cricket? Does he play cricket? Or you can say he plays football. Doesn't he play football? So these are the examples that I can show you here. Okay, I can give you here. These are the examples. So this is all about rule 3. Again, what is here? In structure 4, it is given here no. It is given here no. So look, if you find no in a sentence, it will be any. No, it will be any in interrogative sentence. Okay, if you find no in assertive sentence and if you want to change it to negative, it will be any. Like this, I have no problem. I have no problem. So, if you want to make it negative, what will happen? Have I any problem? No will become any. Or if I say, do I have any problem? Because have I any problem is in American English, but we have to follow the British English, then we have to use or you have to put do. Because have is your main verb. As have is main verb, if you want to change it into negative or interrogative, then we have to use do. So we can use do we have any problem, but do I have any problem. So no will change into any. If you get no in assertive form and if you want to change into interrogative, then you instead of no you have to use what? Any. So I have no problem, I have no option, do I have any option or have I any option? So I can like here I can write here like this, I have no problem. So I can say have I any problem? Got it? I have no problem, but if I changed it into negative interrogative, then I say, have I any problem? Got it? So this is all about this 4. So, dear students, if you want to write it down, you can have a look. the board in C. Okay, now I'll wipe it out. So my dear students, now 5. Here is nothing. I wrote here nothing. And if you see nothing, it will be anything in interrogative form. I just write here the keyword. Nothing will be changed into anything in interrogative form. So here I see nothing. And if I give an example, I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. You can write, do I have anything to say or have I anything to say? I say to you that have I anything to say and do I have anything to say. The difference between these two sentences, one is do I have anything to say is the British English and have I anything to say is American English. So I have nothing to say, have I anything to say, or do I have anything to say? I can do another example. He has nothing to do. Then the change sentence, or if I change it into interrogative, the answer will be, has he anything to do? Or what? Does he have? Does he have anything to do? Okay. So both the way you can change it into interrogative. No problem. So this is the example of it. Then another one is never. What about number 6? If we see never in assertive form, and if you want to change it into interrogative, then we have to write ever instead of never. So I write here ever. Okay, ever. Never will be changed into ever. Actually, okay, I can give an example. 6. I have never been to Cox's. Okay, I have never been to Cox's. So what I said here, the word is never in affirmative form or in assertive sentence. And now we shall change it into interrogative. And as usually, the auxiliary will be put before the subject like this way: have or do. Do or have doesn't matter. You can write do or have. So for your better understanding, I just put here have, because examiner will never cut your marks if you write have. Though this is American English, but it's a simple English. And for your better understanding, I just use have. So have will be put before the subject I, and then the subject after the auxiliary there will be what? Subject. Have I. And I said, if I get here never, it will be ever. Instead of never, we would write ever, like ever. So I write here, have I ever. Then the rest of the sentence or extension be to possible. Okay? So here the sentence is, I have never been to Cox's, and if we change it to interrogative, have I ever been to Cox's? Never changed into ever. Okay, so this is all about this. Nowhere. Number 7. Nowhere. It will be anywhere. Nowhere will be anywhere. So if we get nowhere in assertive form, and instead of this nowhere, we have to write anywhere. So I can write an example like this. Number 7. I can write here, I found him. I found him nowhere. Sorry. I found him nowhere. So, look at this. Here it is nowhere. So, instead of nowhere, I write anywhere. And how to change it into interrogative? As you see here, no auxiliary verb. No auxiliary verb. But found is main verb. Find, found, found. I found it nowhere. So how to write? I told you before some sentences that if you get the sentences in in indefinite tense, that is present indefinite or past indefinite. So according to tense, you have to write or you have to take do, does, did. As it is in the past form, we will take here did. So how to change? Did. I. And you know, why don't I make it didn't? Because here it's already negative. No is here negative. Because I said no, not, never, none, nothing, neither, nor. These are the 7 words. If you get in any sentence, and that sentence must be negative. But here we see here nowhere, that is negative, and we must not write here didn't. We must not write did. And here is how to change did I. And as it is in the past form, it will be do. Sorry, it will be in present form. Because I said if you get do, does, did in sentence, the main verb or the principal verb must be in present form or the base form. So what is the base form found? Is find. Find is the base form of found. So did I find him? And nowhere must be anywhere. And at the end of the sentence we must give a sign of interrogation. Okay, so did I find him anywhere? This is the structure, this is the example, or I changed it into what? Interrogative. That's all about 7. So let's move on to rule 8. Let me wipe out the board, clean the board first. Okay, I cleaned the board and now I shall talk about rule 8. What does it say? None, no one, nobody, none. And already these are the sentences, these are the words in negative sentence, negative form. Because I said nobody, no, no. No is the common one, none, no, and that means it is negative form. Now what will happen? If you get no one, none, nobody in assertive form, and if you want to change it into interrogative, you just very simple. Just instead of this, write who plus extension. Okay, what I said? What I said here? Instead of no one, nobody, and none, write only what? Write who plus extension, that means rest of the sentence. Okay, an example it will be very clear if I write an example here like this. Number 8, right? None can do this. None can do this. Example. So what will happen? Here is none. And what I said, instead of none, I write what? Who? Look at this. who instead of none plus extension. That means rest of the sentence. Who can do this? And at the end of the sentence, you must sign of figuration. You must provide sign of figuration. So what happened? None can do this, and it became who can do this. So what the thing that I told you? I told you no one, nobody, and none. And if you get this sort of sentence, this sort of words in a sentence, you have to change it into interrogative using who. Who plus extension, rest of the sentence. None can do this, who can do this? Okay? If I write another example with nobody can escape death. So an example, nobody can escape death. So this is the example, and what will happen if we want to change it to interrogative? Instead of what? Nobody would write who plus extension. Who can escape death? Nobody can escape death. Who can escape death? Clear? Okay. No one will deny this truth. No one will deny this truth. Who will deny this truth? Okay? In assertive sentence, no one will deny this truth, and in interrogative, who will deny this truth? So many examples you can put here. So only I gave you 3 examples using these 3 keywords: no one, nobody, and none. So again I say who plus extension. Instead of no one, nobody, and none, you provide who and then extension, the rest of the sentence. So let's move on to rule 9. My dear students, I would like to tell you one thing. You can write these keywords, and you should write these examples too, as well as you can see this video many a time until you get understood these things. Okay, for your better understanding, you will put make a pause, and you will see the structure or rule again and again, so that it will be very easier for you to understand. Okay, so this is the advantage of online class or video class. Okay, so let's move on to rule 9. What are the keywords here? You see, the keywords are every, everyone, everybody, all. What? Every, everyone, everybody, all. These are the keywords. And what will happen in interrogative sentence? Okay? Here on every, everyone, everybody, and all, these are the affirmative form. Again here, no one, nobody, none is negative form. So, according to the first rule that I taught you at the beginning of this class, I told if the sentence is affirmative, it will be the interrogative sentence will be negative interrogative. So here I see every, everyone, everybody, and all. These are the affirmative keywords, and the sentence must be affirmative. And so, if you get this affirmative, and if you want to change it into negative, it will be what? If you want to change it to interrogative, you have to negative interrogative. Sentence must be negative. So, instead of every, what we want to write? Let me write the example here, exercise here. Who plus auxiliary verb. Who plus auxiliary verb plus not plus verb 1, or PD, or you can say principal verb, or you can say main verb plus extension plus sign of initiation. Not clear, I think, but I want to make it clear. Instead of every or everyone or everybody or all, we should write what? Who. Should write who plus auxiliary verb. That means if you get any auxiliary verb in that sentence, you have to write the negative form of auxiliary verb. Okay. If it is given is, you have to write is not. If you see have, you have to say have not, or has not, or was not, were not, whatever it is. And if you don't get any auxiliary verb, if you write do not, does not, or did not. Clear? If you don't get any auxiliary verb, then you have to write do not, does not, or did not. So, to be more clear, I shall put you some examples. Look at the example. Everybody, by everyone or everyone, hates a liar. Everyone hates a liar. Everyone hates a liar. What is here? Here is everyone. So what shall I write here? Instead of everyone, I should write who. Who. But here we see we don't get any auxiliary verb. I see that only principal or hates. Hates because of third person singular and it is in present simple tense. I have to write here hates. So everyone hates a liar. That is present simple tense using hates and no auxiliary figure. So if you don't get any auxiliary figure, you have to use do, does, or did. As it is present simple and third person singular, we write does. So who does? And I said right here not. So write here not. So who does not? Then the base form hate. A liar. Okay? Sign of interrogation then in the sentence. So everyone hates a liar. That is who does not hate a liar. That's all. Or if I write an example using an auxiliary verb, how? Another example. Everybody. Everybody can solve this problem. Everybody can solve this problem. This is the example. But what is the difference between these two sentences? In the first sentence, in this sentence we don't get any auxiliary verb, but in this sentence we see here an auxiliary verb. What is the auxiliary verb here? The auxiliary verb is here can. Look at this. The auxiliary verb is here can. So what is to be in interrogative form according to the structure? Look at this. Instead of everybody, we should write here who. Okay, who? Then the auxiliary verb. Here we see here auxiliary verb can. Then who can? Who can? Then what would write? Not. Not. Who cannot? Then the principal verb. It must be V1. Solve. Then the rest of the sentence. Problem. So who cannot solve this problem? We look here, everybody can solve this problem. In interrogative sentence, who cannot solve this problem? Look at the structure and look at the example. You must get the similarity. You must get the similarity according to the structure. Right? So this is all about rule 9. And okay, let me clear the board first. Look, in number 10, what do we see here? We see every oblique all. Every oblique all plus noun. Every oblique all plus noun. These are the key words in rule 10. So let's move on to rule 10. Okay? Okay. Every all plus noun. Here, the difference between rule 9, it is given here every or everyone or everybody or all. But here is every or all plus noun. If you get noun after this every or all, what will happen? Look. The first I would like to write here the structure. Is there any plus noun? That part which is given here in this example. Okay. Is there any plus noun plus who plus auxiliary verb plus not plus verb plus extension. Clear? Is there any plus noun plus who plus auxiliary verb plus not plus v or verb plus extension? For example, every mother, every man, every person, every plus noun, right? I said every plus noun. So every mother is a noun, common noun. Every person is a noun. Every man is a noun. Every animal is a noun. Every room, noun. Every fan, noun. So what will happen? I wrote here, very beginning of the sentence you write, is there any plus that noun I wrote here. So every mother loves, very common and very common sentence. I will write another or many more examples. Every mother loves her child. This is the sentence. Every mother loves her child. So if you get every mother loves her child in a sentence, and here you see every plus mother, I mean every plus noun. So if you want to change it into interrogative, I shall write here what? Is there any plus noun? Noun is what? Mother. Mother. Plus who? Write here who? Plus auxiliary verb. But here we don't see any auxiliary verb. So what I said, if we don't get any auxiliary verb, we shall write or should take do, does or did according to tense. So what? Who does not, because it is present indefinite tense and third person singular, just does not. You know it better. You does. So is there any mother who does not love her child? Okay, this is the sentence example. You can write another example. Okay, everyone or every man or every person loves a truthful boy. Every person loves a good student. Every teacher loves a good student. Many sentences. So, is there any teacher who does not love a good student? Is there any person? If every person wishes to be happy, every person wishes to be happy. So, we can write here, is there any person who does not wish to be happy? So many more sentences we can put here as an example. So these are all the rules about assertive to interrogative. Assertive, interrogative. Another also we have another rule, but I don't like to teach you that rule because that rule is not so important. That is smarter rule, but I would like to teach you that now, because these are the rules will cover all the rules. These 10 rules will cover all the rules. So you don't need to take extra pressure, and that's why I don't like to teach you now another rule here. These 10 rules will cover all the rules. So, my dear students, though I have made this video for class 11, 12, I would like to tell to the students of 6 to 10. They can also see this video, and they can also have their solution of assertive to interrogative. Okay, so I think all of you understood the rules that I taught you today, and in this video you will get benefited changing the sentence from assertive to interrogative. And that's all about today. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye.